Hi everyone, this is Angelica. Thank you for joining me today on this video. This video is called Peace, Purity, and Potentiality. And before I begin this video, I just want to share with you my beautiful friend's jewelry that when I saw it, I was just so excited because she makes the most beautiful jewelry I've ever seen, and I'll put her website underneath this video. But she makes these beautiful crystal crowns. This is actually Herkimer diamonds, and the Herkimer diamond earrings are absolutely stunning. And necklaces, she makes bracelets, and these crowns, I call them Empress crowns. I'm not sure exactly what she calls them, but you can go on her website and look. And the great thing about her jewelry is it's not just beautiful jewelry, it actually serves a purpose. So this one is Shine Bright Like a Diamond, Herkimer diamond, and it has a meaning and a specific purpose. So Herkimer diamond is the stone of pure white light. These diamond-like stones are high vibrational crystals, and they support in the release of unconscious fears and help in the overall expansion of your being. Emanating the brightest crystal light, they help to purify your energy field and attune you to the divine. So it's just absolutely magical. And like I said, this is just some of her jewelry. You have to go on her website and see what else she has. Anyway, this video, Peace, Purity, and Potentiality, is a very important video and will help you if you've had trouble with a lot of unconscious fears, belief systems, negativity. Now, what does purity mean? To be pure in essence, to be pure in your consciousness, means to be free of negativity, to be free of those things that are within you that have been countering those things that you have been wanting. Okay, to get to a place of pureness and purity and peace is when you can create the potential of those things that seem to be really, really difficult to bring in. It doesn't take a bunch of affirmations, and it doesn't take you trying harder. We never really bring in those things that are so meaningful to us through hard work or through action. We bring in those things that are very meaningful to us through creating that peace within ourselves. So you may be asking, how do I create that peace within myself? Because I have this going on and that going on and all of these things really interfering with my ability to align to that pure essence, your soul essence, and that peaceful feeling inside. So what people tend to do is they usually try to do things to make this happen. And that's the exact opposite of what is true. And in our society and the way that we learn and the way that we're brought up, we're taught to do more, do more. Actually, we have to get this right first, and we have to create that peace inside. So to do that, first you have to just connect to Source, to God. You're not alone in this, and that's the thing. A lot of times we think in the separation that we experience living on this planet, that we're all alone and we have to do this and we have to work hard and do it all. But no, there's so much help. There's so much unseen that's actually coming in to support you and help you to create everything, to have it come rushing in. So all you really have to do is surrender. Surrender into your own inner stillness and your own inner peace. Of course, meditation helps with this. It can help to create and establish a foundation of peace within. But then when you're going through your regular everyday life, things happen. So what I do and what tends to help is I just say I am at peace. I am at peace with blank. So if there's something in your life that seems to be a big challenge, it's a roadblock, it's a block that you can't seem to kind of move around, then you would put that in the blank. So I am at peace in my relationships with others. Whatever it is for you that you find challenging, that you are not able to find peace with, state that to yourself. The other thing is that you're not alone in creating this peace within. You can turn it over and allow the peace to come rushing in, and just know that you are okay in every single moment. Now, once this becomes a habit and becomes your normal way of thinking, that everything is already done for you and you can stop trying so hard and you can just allow, all of a sudden miracles start coming into your life from nowhere. Things that you've intended a long time ago start showing up in your life without you even recognizing it or forgetting that you had even intended that prior. Having an inner peace is extremely important to your life. People always wish, oh, all I want is peace. All I want is peace. You have access to peace right now. And it's through this inner peace that everything happens. The universe does the work. You don't have to do the work. You only do work when you feel inspired and passionate to act. So the work isn't work. You feel the calling coming up within you like a fire, a passion to move forward in certain areas. And you feel happy and joyful to do that. Now, it's also not a really high ecstatic, like hyper feeling. It's a balanced peace. And it's in this where you access your healing abilities. It's in this peace that you access the love that you've been looking for. It's in this peace where, like I say, miracles just start to flood in and come into your space, and the outer starts to transform into that. I think a lot of people struggle in the beginning. They do really well with this at first, and they can establish that peace within when they're thinking about it. Again, it has to be something you have to remind yourself of every moment. If you have some intense negative feelings coming up, go ahead and release those. And then once they're released, come back to your stillness, come back to your peace. You're going to have an emotional expression. You're going to have an emotional release at times. And in those times, make sure that you have a container around that so you're not lashing out at anyone else, and that you are within your own field, releasing your emotions as they should be released without hurting anyone. It's normal to express emotions from the past that need to come up and be shed. The problem is when people get upset and start shooting and sending daggers out because they haven't healed themselves within. And they're energetic daggers. And you've probably felt this from certain people. And in those cases, you want to usually remove yourself from those things. However, once you have established such a peace within yourself, those circumstances start to fade away. They become less and less and less with time. So, that was what I was going to say. The thing is when people try to do this, they look around at their environment, they look around at their life, and they're like, wow, this is overwhelming for me. All you have to do is focus on, I am peaceful always. I am at peace within my heart. I am at peace in this moment. And when a negative thought comes up, let it release and shift the thought. Start changing the way that you talk to yourself. Start changing the way that you interact with others. Allow yourself the room to release what needs to be released, and then come back into your peace. If you're not feeling good, if you're feeling really tired, if you feel like you can't do anything, that's kind of good. It means you're being pushed to the brink of surrender. We go through our lives and we experience so many things, so many traumas, so many things, and we just keep adding them and adding them and adding them and adding them, and they just build up and build up and build up until some people hit a point where they just lose it in a sense, and this is when they turn to God. And it's in this place where God takes over and leads the way. And this is where surrender comes in. And this is the peaceful state I'm talking about. It's not like an intense high where you're like everything, shooting off love everywhere, la la la. No. It's a peace and a stillness within that you know that you are taken care of in every moment. Every single situation that you've ever been in your life has been taken care of. You have always been taken care of. If there's things that need to be learned along the way, you will learn those things until you understand fully what I'm speaking about. There comes a time when you have to just release and surrender and allow. Allow your good to come. Allow God to handle things, okay? Alone and in our own ego minds, in our own personality, we think we've got it covered, and we work so hard and we try so hard to make things happen. That is why things actually don't happen. You don't have to make anything happen. God knows all of your heart's desires. God knows everything about you and wants to bring it to you. But there's a certain space you have to be in. It's a purity. It's a pure essence of your soul, and it's a peace in every moment. If things start to happen at first when you get to this place of peace that seem negative, or say there's an outer event that occurs that you weren't expecting, and it comes in and it shakes you and rattles you, and then you go back into your past thinking, oh, this doesn't work. Look at all the negative things that happened when I became peaceful. Well, yeah, those things are going to come up when you first start accessing this peace, because like I said, the things underneath are coming up and they're being removed. So instead of looking at those things as obstacles, look at those as blessings. Say, oh, there's another thing being removed from my energy field so that all my good can come into me now. That's actually what is happening. So when you have the understanding of what's occurring, these things begin to happen, and they don't have an effect on you to the point where you go back to old behaviors, old negative thinking. I just wanted to use an example because I was looking through my journal, 3 years back, or even 7 years back, and I saw the way that I processed things, and I saw that my thinking that everything was not okay was the reason that things were not okay. I would get these spurts of being really excited and really happy, and then I would go way down into complaining, being worried, stressing out, being very upset emotionally. Had I known what I know now and what I'm trying to teach you, that those things wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have had to learn over and over again that all I had to do was come into my stillness and know that all things are going to work out. And I'm more like that now. Now, I'm not perfect at that. I don't know that I ever will be. However, when I look at the more recent journal entries, I do notice that I have a sense of everything's going to be okay. And guess what? Everything not only is always okay, but it keeps getting better and better and better in my life. So you may want to start keeping a journal, and if you notice yourself going into negativity and complaining about what's going on in your life, start turning those things around and start just focusing on the blessings in your life. Start looking back at how far you've come on this path. Start looking back at all those times miracles came in for you, and when they did, I can bet that you allowed yourself to be peaceful for long enough for those things to kind of come in spontaneously. The more and more and more you get into this inner state of peace and stillness and purity, and you stay in the now moment, that is when the potentiality for miracles can go ahead and come in, because you've released, you've surrendered, and you're allowing. Now we get impatient, and impatience does not fit into this in what I'm explaining. divine timing. You're protected. You're being taken care of. God loves you. Everything is always okay. So allow yourself to start feeling that, because that is what the truth actually is. And once you realize that most of your worrying all day, most of your negative thoughts all day, and most of, all those times that you're complaining and saying how things are not right will start to fade, your life will start getting better. Words create feelings, and we can go round and round with that and make a mess of things. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I love you all so much, and I hope all your miracles come in and you have the best day ever. I love you. Bye-bye.